It's week 14 of the NFL.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in week 14.
He takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Prescott. Over the middle. That's caught by Rice. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Jalen Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott able to get away.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. I think even they will tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And that's 10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff, they did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times. And that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will make it 6-0.
So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And you'll find some version of this play in just about every playbook in the NFL. It's an X-post cross. So in play action, you let the X receiver get downfield and start working right to left across the formation. What a beautiful throw. And it all comes together for big yardage.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. The partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here's Swift.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Swift again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Now they'll empty out the backfield.
Hurts will throw.
And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the two-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. There he goes, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Callahan, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Nolan Smith
from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're going to take the lead here as it's now 9-8. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, has still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Prescott to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will take a somewhat rare 12-8 lead.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing, Prescott shakes off the sag. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that one ups the lead to a touchdown at 15-8.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They go play action with Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half, Prescott. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's like fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first leg.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury. And we'll be back in a moment. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Now Prescott.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Here's Prescott. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On play action, Prescott. And that is caught. It's Davis. Touchdown.
Darius Davis.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things off